and I'm debating whether to make a couple more boring videos or go see my granddaughter. I might screw the videos tonight. Here we're gonna go to let's copy this. Alt EM, okay, and we're gonna create a copy. Okay, Alt EM, that just is a nice little shortcut. And this one, let's put taxes. Now when you do that, let's just make sure when you go to format control, it did work. That's pretty good. I thought it wouldn't work. So it figured out that this is supposed to be in this one, and this one is supposed to go in here. I was worried about that. I was going to do that before I started the video, but that worked okay. So as soon as we put taxes, let's put a 30% tax rate, everything's going to fall apart, because all our wonderful little things and everything else. The problem is the cash flow over repayment period. Okay, now that cash flow is defined as the EBITDA less the taxes, and the taxes depend on the interest. And I've said this, if you've seen a video, why you'd watch this, you'd see that I've said it before. So what we'll do is let's just insert a couple of lines here and put EBITDA less the taxes, and then we got cash flow over the period. Now the problem is that the so let's put the EBITDA. I haven't even thought about whether we should, what should we do about this whole grace period issue. And the taxes, where would you really do the taxes? Why don't we have a kind of profit and loss section down here? And then we'll put our EBITDA and take away the depreciation. Now, I think when I perhaps did this first, I didn't do it correctly, but I just said, let's just put an 18-year straight line, nothing complicated. So we'll put less than or equal to this one. Okay. Shift Control T, Shift Control F if you want to do that. Now, that's our depreciation. Okay, and so we can put a EBITDA, take away our depreciation. Simple, I try to keep the depreciation as simple as possible. And then we get EBIT, not a shock. And the problem with our taxes is that then we put less the interest expense, and here is the interest expense, and then we put EBT. And what I'm gonna not do right now is I'm not going to put a NOL, a not operating loss carry forward, in for the moment. It's not a really big deal, but okay. Okay, and then we have our taxes. Okay, now and let me see what happens. The interest expense goes down, the things go up, and you know, if we put a well, I guess I didn't want it to go negative, but so let's leave it and allow it to go. Let's allow it to go negative for now. This is kind of like a wind farm anyway. You know, that's kind of what this is almost. So now we have a negative taxes, and then the cash flow suddenly starts to go up. So when we make our, I hope I graphed the cash flow in this one. Can I? Let's see what I graphed. Okay. Uh, oh, good. Okay, so this is where we got the graph from, and this comes from well, this better come from now. Where did we put the cash flow? Excuse me. We'll put this one. Okay, I got it. So we better. Cash flow is. Okay. We can put our taxes here. I think it'll be clearer if we then put the CFADS. So then we now I just must have done something wrong because I took interest expense instead of taxes. That was very silly. Okay, so so we'll put our CFADS in our cash flow grass. Okay, so we have this thing. Now what we want to do is fit in a whole bunch, and this could be very real. Well, negative taxes might not be real, but we want to put this up, and then once you start paying taxes, it's going to go down. So we'll have some relatively important sculpting issues. Okay. Now why don't we just go through this? So far we just did our introductory things. Now we have this, and of course this is going to be a big problem. That instead of taking H7, we want to take this. I predict a circular reference. Oh shoot! It didn't give it. Oh, why did it wait until then to get a circular reference? And this is oh, look at this. Oh man, I almost would take a picture of this crap. This is like one of the worst looking pieces of crap you've seen. And if you're like me, I call these the dreaded blue arrows, the nightmare arrows, what just drives you completely crazy. Now, if we wanted to do this with some copy and paste macros, so that's what we're going to do now. I think what we need to do is first just make this a fixed. We can put this as fixed and computed. Okay, I don't think this will do enough. Actually, interestingly enough, this almost you wouldn't want you certainly wouldn't want the I'm thinking out loud, but I don't think you'd like even the grace period. You'd like to get a bigger debt capacity from those early years of of big cash flows. Oh, excuse me. Oh no, I'm really struggling tonight today. Okay, 1700. Where can we? Let's. Hopefully, we can just put a difference here. Okay. Now, this isn't going to be enough. So we take the difference between the computed and the fixed. Okay, and of course, computed is some product of what we just did, which was this time it's the CFADS over the correct term divided by the okay, and that gave us, it didn't even allow us to compute it, but if you put a fixed here, that very interesting, that one single thing eliminated the whole circular reference. I thought we might have a second one from the LLCR, but we don't. So all we have to do is make a little macro where we copy the computed to the fixed as a value, and then of course you have to go around and around. But if you have one single one like this, you could either use the goal seek, or better yet, let's just make our normal little shift control F3, our top row. Now, then we can just, I'm sure there's a way to do this. Why I can't figure out how to do this. Why don't we call this copy paste stupid, copy paste, which is nothing fancy. PASTE. I shouldn't get emotional about copy and paste macros. It's not like a big issue in life. But we always copy from the computed to the fixed, right? So we put range fixed equal range computed. Okay, and then we need to just go around and around. So one way to do this is to put while the range difference is not equal to 0, and then you put a little WEND. Okay, so there is our little thing. Now we'll put our wonderful little macro and call it super duper optimization, or some ridiculous name, like we're so smart that we could make this complicated one-line macro. Okay, and then it all works. Now, if you do this, here's the problem. The data tables down here won't work, of course, and you'll have to go and basically assign that macro to everything, which maybe it's not really all that bad. So now if we, whoops, why, see it's okay. It's Uh-oh. It didn't work. Shit. Look at that. We got some extra debt down at the bottom. I hope our that worked. Okay, so let's figure out what the hell happened here. Okay. The difference is 0. Fixed. Computed. And let's just see. This is maximum gearing. Just a minute. Hmm. 790. Okay, I'm gonna turn the thing off and figure out what mistake I made. Okay, I'm finishing this video now. What I did, I made another mistake, and I'm finishing it so I can get. I have to go visit my.
You're talking to me?
I'm making a video.
Sorry, you were mocking.
Okay. Now, what I did, and I thought this was a problem. When I have the, when you're using this LLCR method, you're going to have two circular references and not one. And it turns out that this was kind of silly to even do it up here. So what we're going to have to do now is I'm going to make a computed and fixed. This is around the. And I should have, I suppose, had you watch this. Oh no. Oh shit. We have another circular reference. Why is that one? So we're just starting to compound the circular references in a way. Oh, this is because I had. Excuse me. So do I need this to be fixed too? Oh no. I really have to think about this, but this seems to be too many problems. But it's I'm gonna assume it's these ones. So let's. This is some product. No, we don't need this. I think. Just a second. This is the PV of the cash flow and the LLCR using this one. So if I take the LLCR using this divided by the fixed debt, that's okay. And this is I need a fixed LLCR and we need a fixed NPV of the debt service. Okay, so let's shift control F3 again, shift control F3 again, and then we need some kind of total difference. Okay. And then that's just going to be the sum of this. If we want to get really fancy, absolute value of this one plus the absolute value of this one. Okay. And now we'll modify this macro and put comp1 and we'll do the same kind of thing that we just did before, but this time can I pull this down? How do I make this smaller? This is really embarrassing. I don't remember how to do that one. Okay, so while range difference, we can do it, I suppose, let's do it like this one. And then we can do the same thing, but put the, why don't we, I don't know if we needed those big differences. Why don't we put this total diff is not equal to 0. And I think we can just, so it's not really that difficult, is it? Fix underscore 1 equal range comp underscore 1. Okay, so if we do this, oh great, what did I do? Total diff. Did I name this range? Just Control 3. Okay, I better just press the F5 button. Okay, so it worked. So we finally got rid of the circular reference, and this is where I had stopped. I had a problem but the det went to be 0. So this is if we're using maximum gearing. Now if we push this down, we're gonna get it to go to the other method, but get it to be sculpting. Why is this? Oh, this difference I don't care about. Okay. So, and when we get it to be the sculpting, we have it this, and then of course, if we wanted to do any of these things now, we could assign this macro, assign the copy and paste macro to it. So if I put the, it doesn't really take that long. It's okay. Maybe I'm a believer in the copy and paste method now, but I'm not really. Okay, and we'd have to attach it to all of the buttons, and the when we do this, did I attach that just now? Oh, maybe it's not affecting because alright. So this is changing it. Okay, so we could do the whole analysis now, including taxes. That's how we would do it with the copy and paste method. Okay, maybe not so bad anyway. Whatever. And I think that's enough. The data table doesn't work, but you could write a macro to make the data table work, and I'm not going to do that because I don't feel like it. Okay, and we can do the same sort of analysis if the what happens if the grace period goes up now. Again, we'd have to assign this macro to it. So this takes a tiny little bit more. If it's a big model, it'll take a lot longer. And so now what we're going to do is see just how difficult it would be to, let's assign it to this one too. In the next video, what I'm going to do is just put a copy and paste macro into it. Okay, so enough. Okay, see how difficult that is. Okay, that was a bad end, but I'm having a bad day and I have to get going anyway. So there is, I'll call this one taxes and copy and paste macro or something. Okay, and remember, I think I'm gonna put this if I don't have my thing here, but I'm gonna put this in a separate place on the website. I'll put that in a little introduction. Okay.